Ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea, welcome to the Black and Orange channel. Gosh, golly gee whiz, and how we've got a show for you today. A word from our announcer, from your announcer, we're running tonight's program on emergency backup. The home wires went on the fritz and the internet fizzled. Now this mighty broadcast is running on a single tethered iPhone, clinging to 5G like a cat on a clothesline. If the signal wobbles, blame it on the cell towers, not the studio. So, gather round your radios, grab a cup of joe, 'cause golly gee whiz and how, the news today is hotter than a nickel cigar. Up first, we have an elevator fiasco. KKKaroline, the press secretary, blew her top at the UN over a busted escalator. At the United Nations, KKKaroline's furious as a wet hen, demanding heads roll over a broken escalator. But the Associated Press says the snafu is homegrown. The White House gang tripped the stop switch and bungled the teleprompter. Golly, can you beat that with a stick? So the question is, well, gosh, what is the question? We know she's not going to change. Let's see for a moment. Just pull 3 cards for you here and see what it says. Ooh, she knows. She knows what's really going on. She's just keeping things quiet, trying to stir up trouble, to refuse what's really going on. And it's not the first or the last time, folks. Pretty much, that's just how they work there at the big White House. All right, we're going to work our way through 11 questions I believe we have for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, number 2 tonight. Apparently there was a UN speech spectacle. Behind the same podium where Khrushchev pounded his shoe and JFK dreamed of the stars, the current president of the United States proclaimed himself Nostradamus with hairspray. He bragged about blowing up Venezuelan boats, hollered, "Your countries are going to HE double hockey sticks," and demanded a Nobel Prize on the spot. Jeepers creepers. Diplomats gasped, "This man is stark raving mad." Will this have an effect going forward? We have a question from the audience. TJ Deluxe is asking, are you going to do that the whole show? Well, I won't if everyone hates it. Everyone knows this is what the president is like. Absolutely everyone knows. I mean, this time they didn't actually flat out laugh at him, but there is nothing new here. They're just happy to see the back of him. All right, moving right along. And from the audience, thank you, Finzenberger. That really, really helps. All right. So, for we have a brief. On today's, with all of our technical difficulties, we have a brief interlude with entertainment by the shy Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Yes? Do you have anything to share with us today, Boo Boo? Just cuteness and a little bit of fur. There we go. All right. And back to the show. All All right, our third topic for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hold the presses. Faster than a Lindy Hop, the President of the United States has flipped his tune, called Putin a paper tiger, and said Ukraine can win it all. Will it stick, or is it another flip-flop fandango? Will this taco stick to this new melody, or change records tomorrow? That's true from the audience, Lewis. Kitty has claws. All right, let's try this. All right, so we're talking about the world events. And there is that would-be emperor himself. It's telling the question behind the card behind is money, as in what's in it for him. Ukraine has actually done more for Trump because Ukraine is using excess stockpile left over of U.S. munitions, so we make money from it, whereas we're not making money from Russia. So Trump has people coming to him very happy. And Putin has made a fool of him. So it looks like as long as there's some chance that the dumpster fire president is going to get some benefit from Ukraine, he's going to keep himself flipped. All right, we are working our way through the questions. And from the audience, Summer Virgo saying, fool indeed. Yeah. All right. Tammy says, here we go with ads again. Oh, sorry about that. All right. We have number 4. Because today we are talking about Hollywood. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Hollywood. The president of this United States claimed that ABC, America's broadcasting channel, canceled Kimmel. In Hollywood, the press took a swing at Kimmel, saying ABC canned the show and promising to cash in with another lawsuit. He boasted last time he bagged 16 million smackers. We'll say in the quiet part out loud, be his undoing. Lewis says, from the audience, and now a commercial from Philco Radio, or brought to you by Blue Coal. Yes, Mayor, Hollywood is in Los Angeles, yes. Well, the president is pulled out his bludgeon to try to do as much damage as he can. But Kimmel is back at work with the truth at his side. And yes, that message from the president can be used in a new lawsuit. There have been good words all around about Kimmel, his comeback. And from the audience, another reminder from Amanda, don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. Sandra from the audience, Sandra Lee is asking, not beautiful, clean coal? Of course not. Blue coal. Pennsylvania anthracite dyed a harmless blue dye, so that you know you are always getting quality. The president of this United States believes that he will just be able to keep raking in the smackers. However, not so fast, because it looks like the people are standing behind Hollywood, and there will be a legal decision. There is hope for a future, ladies and gentlemen. Amy's asking, can we stop now? From the audience, Sabine is asking, are you on Red Bull or wine? To which your narrator says neither. Your narrator does not drink. It's just me is saying, play it again, Sam. And back to the news. Saints and sinners, folks. A viewer had a question. From the pulpit, Cardinal Dolan floated Charlie Kirk for sainthood. Golly, folks, that's one for the hymn book. Will Pope Leo show Dolan the door for such a corker? Holy smokes. And a good reminder from Maria, don't turn off the bubble machine. All right. So, is Pope Leo gonna flip his hat? Send the mitre a meter. At Cardinal Dolan, floating the idea of sainthood. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the problem with that is that for sainthood, you need to be able to prove miracles. So anyone can come forward and say that someone should be a saint, but unless there are aspects of miracles happening as people were praying to a saint, I'm afraid it isn't going to happen. All right. Stars from the audience is saying, see the USA in your Chevrolet. All right, and back to the news. Our sixth out of 11th story tonight, promises of pardons. Has the President of this United States promised pardons to his loyal foot soldiers? Gosh, that's loyalty with a price tag measured in get-out-of-jail-free cards. And a pause, ladies and gentlemen. The mascot of the show needed to be wrapped up tight. And back to the show. From the audience, Carol is asking, is he still selling pardons? It's always a possibility. Or just simply telling people around him that they will get pardons. We've seen that before. Oh, there might be. We've known in the past that there have been pardons for the loyal. For example, those people who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. So there could be working there, but for the reading, got a big old DEATH card, which means he might try, but And once again, it looks like his base of power and a criminal card as his legacy. So, expect it. All right. All right. And next, we move on to doom prophecies. The President of these United States has twice declared no one can stop what's coming. What does he mean? Scary stuff, folks. What has he got up his sleeve? Prophecy bluff or just another sideshow barker's line? No one can stop what's coming. And a brief pause as we consider. Well, we have to remember that Nazi Ferrato himself is right behind this president and has more awfulness. That, plus the fact that he will do anything to talk about anyone other than Mr. Epstein. And the victims. So it's not a question of what will happen, but what wouldn't he do? But that doesn't mean he's going to get away with everything, folks. Doesn't work that way, not even as much as he wants it to be. Whew. All right. We're already on to question number 8. Our neighbors to the north and south joined hands. How will swollen cankles take it? I guess we'll just have to see. Don't touch that dial. Yes, and from the audience, Lewis says, imagine being laughed at by the UN twice. We Americans, guess we don't know how to do things by half. So there is some temperance in North America. Unfortunately for us folks, it is between the Canadians and the Mexicans. They have already been subject to terrible decisions. The economy of the U.S. is hurting mightily, and President Dumpster Fire has continued his reign of stupidity. Is he mad? Probably as mad as a wet hen, but it just gives more power to future Democrats. All right. From the chat, Innocent Potato is saying, we the people grab Disney and the American Broadcasting Corporation by their wallets. Absolutely. And yes, Old Silver, this program is for entertainment purposes only. Moving on, we have already reached number 9 on today's questions. So, question number 9 out of 11 for today. Tylenol, trouble, or acetaminophen. Step right up. Today's elixir, the RFK Jr. and Trump Tylenol caper. Smells like a possible pump and dump scheme in a medicine bottle. But who's buying? Are they going to be making money on this snake oil? I don't see any money cards here, but gosh, gee williker, do I see that this could hurt people. Yes, I do. These are the Queen of Cups, the people who know medical, can give the good medical advice. Meanwhile, Tower, Ten of Swords, the Justice card, the Emperor, and the Fool, almost entirely major arcana, except for some real human pain. With Justice in the middle, there's a possibility that the Fool and the Emperor Fool could end up in court. And the makers of acetaminophen have every reason to take them to court. Exactly. From the audience, Lewis says, and now a message from Vida Mita Vegeman. So, is it going to court? It ends in the Queen of Swords. There's the man who can't be held accountable because he is in the presidency, but that immunity doesn't extend to people, con artists like RFK Jr. From the audience, Visualize 70 is asking, what was the drug you just mentioned? I need to know about it. And one of our sponsors, Rose Blue, today. Mana, 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 doo-doo-dee, doo-doo. A man who has a huge audience, the president has a huge audience, and when he blows, everybody knows it. Thinks he can do anything, but the people around him are not as well protected. And moving on to what is quite possibly the most depressing question for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I have to apologize ahead of time for this one. So, our 10th out of our 11 questions for today, vanishing detainees. Like a magician's rabbit, 800 plus ICE detainees in Florida vanished. Presto changeo, gone. Where did they go? Will we know? I wish I had good news for you. People are looking at it. The truth will come out. There is hope, and yet all those people were moved. There is strength, and yet there is a criminal, thief in the night, and a tower for the damage they're doing. Sounds a lot like the kind of shenaniganery that we were dealing with during fatuous 45's first administration. We will find them, but this is just one more incident of cruelty and incompetence. Please vote blue. Buy bonds and vote blue. Vote blue legally. Vote blue every chance you legally get. It's important. And for our final question today on this special radio version of Black and Orange, because the internet in the house is down and the quality of the video is terrible. Number 11, the Rose Garden Walk of Fame. A new Rose Garden Walk of Fame is going to be put together in the White House Rose Garden. Gold frames, black and white photos. Just the exact kind of thing that he always does to class up the joint. Rumor has it Biden's likeness will be an autopen. Gosh and golly, that's tackier than tinsel in July. But we remember what's good and right in this world, even if these people don't. And their pettiness and cruelty won't change the beautiful Statue of Liberty. Give us your tired, give us your poor, yearning to breathe free. And that is what America's based on. It's going to be a short episode today. Almost hit the half-hour mark. So, that's the show, folks. This has been your Black and Orange broadcast, where the headlines are hotter than a nickel cup of joe and twice as strong. Stay tuned. Keep those questions coming. Remember, you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead, and the show goes on. Be well, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.